If you haven't done Rockman Swimrun, you've got to add this one to your list. It was my very first swim run, so it was my introduction to swim run, kind of by accident because I was asked to fill in for another racer with my partner. So his original partner was injured, and he asked me to kind of step in. I was already looking and scheduled to do the Attila Swim Run World Championships in September. It wasn't called the World Championships then, it was just called Attila. So I was scheduled to do that in September, and my buddy comes to me in June and says, hey, next month, can you come do Rockman Swimrun with me? I wasn't prepared. I felt very unprepared. He talked me into it and proceeded to beat the hell out of me in the trails and on the climbing and whatnot to kind of get me prepared for it, and went and did it in 2015 for the very first time. That course was not the original 2014 course. It had been shortened. There was a ferry jump, so there's a lot of changes on the 2015 course that I did. And so this year being the 10-year anniversary, Rockman is going back to the original, very, very difficult, longer 2014 course. And so this is the first year that I get to do the 2014 course, and I'm super excited about it. If you're unfamiliar with this race, it's this year the course is going to be a total of about 50 kilometers. So that's swimming and running, a total of 50 kilometers, with about 3,000 meters of climbing over the duration of the race. So quite a bit of climbing. For those Americans, that's about 10,000 feet of climbing. And it is very extreme in an extreme location. So you're doing what every swim runner that I've talked to, including my partner Kavika, has dubbed it as the most technical swim run on the planet. And so there are lots of the runs which are really just power hikes because you just can't run them. They're either too steep or too technical. Michael Limmel's done the race. He's coming back again this year, and he also says that it's more of an adventure than it is a run in a lot of those places. So you're climbing up to the top of Pulpit Rock or Preekstolen, and so you're getting some wonderful cliffside views of Preekstolen. You're going to be swimming in lakes and in the fjord, where you're going to have some cold water temperatures, especially in the upper lakes above the Florley Stairs. The Florley Stairs is 4,444 steps. It's the longest wooden staircase in the world. So I don't know what the metrics are, but in imperial terms, it goes up about 1,800 feet in a mile. So linearly, you're only traveling about a mile, but you're going up 1,800 feet. So it's a pretty good climb. There's 2 swims at the top of those stairs that are going to be very, very brisk. And then once you get done with those 2 swims, there's another 13 miles or 20K of technical running and still a lot of very tough, steep climbing as you go towards the finish line. And before you reach the finish line, you'll also get to see the Kadag Bolton, which is the stone that is wedged between 2 cliffs. So you'll get to see some very unique tourist opportunities in the race, but you're also going to have a very, very difficult race with a lot of technical running and some very cold swimming. If you haven't signed up for this race, you definitely should. I think there might actually be 1 slot still open that has freed up on this race, so reach out to the race director or myself, and I can put you in contact with Tor to see if that slot's still open. But if you don't get in this year, you definitely should sign up for this race, because it is my favorite swim run on the planet. It not just because it was my first, because it is the one that I think is the most pristine, the most beautiful, the most scenic, the most technical, the most difficult. There's so many different things going for this race that makes it my favorite swim run. So if you haven't signed up for it, definitely take a look at it, and then also take a look at all the videos. There's some very cool videos out there on the Rockman YouTube page and on the Instagram page. So come on out. It is a blast. It is just a super blast.